Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of How to Build Your Character in Maya. My name is Brian and we're going to be finishing up with part 3 of how to create the leg. Now what we're going to look at lastly is additional attributes and additional functionality to the leg. In the last episode, if you followed along, we had created previously the joint structure as well as the IK and hierarchy as well to manipulate and control the leg. We created this control right here. Now, the last thing we want to do is we want to add additional attributes to this control to allow additional functionality to the foot. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to Window, and we're going to go to Modify, and we are going to say Add Attribute. Now, it'll launch a new window. Currently, on that foot, we have these animatable attributes, translation, rotation, scale, and visibility. We're going to add some custom ones of our own. So when you launch this new window, up here in long name, we're going to type ball_roll, which I spelled wrong, roll, and we're going to say add. We are going to say toe_roll, and we're going to say add. We are going to type toe_curl, and we're going to say add. We're going to type toe twist, add, and lastly knee_point. So each of these is going to be it's a new attribute that's been added to our channel box here, and now they are animatable as well. So we're going to associate this with some functionality on the foot. So to do so, we are now going to launch another window under Window, General Editors, Connection Editor. A new window is going to launch. You're going to make sure the foot is selected and say Reload Left. If you scroll down to the bottom of this new window, you're going to see our new attributes. Now, we want to associate, for example, the ball roll with the foot rotating around this joint in the x-axis, around this in this rotation right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to open a new window again. We're going to open the outliner so we can see all of the everything in the scene. Actually, the outliner shows everything in the scene, and we're going to look for the ball ankle null. So down below the controller, foot rock, ball ankle null. We're going to select it, and we're going to say reload right. When we do so, all the information is going to show up here, and we're going to scroll down till we see rotate, which is right here. We're going to select ball roll, and we're going to select under rotate, the rotate X. When we do so, over here with the ball ankle null selected, we're going to see that this turns yellow, and that means there's some kind of link between it and something else. Something else is controlling it. If we reselect the foot again, and let's just turn it on so we are just pointing, and we actually manipulate the ball roll, we're going to see now the foot rolls around the ball exactly as we like. So that's now animatable, and your animators are going to be able to go to that and actually manipulate that value in order to produce the animation they want. So let's do the rest of it with the other attributes as well. The toe roll is going to be driving the toe ball ankle null. So let's find that. Toe ball ankle null, reload right, and it's going to be driving the X rotation. So once again, I'm going to select toe roll. I'm going to find rotate, and I'm going to say X. And when we do so, it changes. Perfect. The next thing is the toe curl, and the toe curl is obviously when a toe goes up and down. So that's going to drive the X rotation of the toe rotator null. So let's look for that. It's right here. We're going to reload right. We're going to choose toe curl, and we're going to say X rotation. Next, we're going to go on to the toe twist. And the toe twist is an action that's kind of like putting out a cigarette. It's going to twist back and forth around the toe in this direction like this. And that is the Y value on the toe ball ankle. I guess I should have done this a little before. Reload right, find rotate. Oh, that says toe twist. We're going to edit that. Go to rotate and say rotate. Okay, and the last one is the knee point value. And the knee point is going to allow us to manipulate the direction the knee's pointing fairly simply. So again, we're going to choose knee point on here, and it's going to drive the twist attribute on the ankle IK. So next thing we got to do is find the ankle IK, select it, and say reload right. Now we're going to look for the twist value. Twist. Right here, and we're going to associate it. Perfect. Now we're done. Let's close this, and we're going to close this. Let's just test each of these to make sure everything's working properly. So I'm going to select the control. We already saw the ball roll work, and that works good. That works well, I should say. The toe roll, good. Points like a ballerina. That's exactly what we want. The toe curl should go up and down. Great. The Tau twist, which we will change, is going to twist like a cigarette. Perfect, putting out a cigarette. And lastly, the knee point should point back and forth. Okay, great. Now, let's just set this to 0. And all I'm going to do to change this value, this Tau twist, is I'm going to say edit, and there should be a, modify, and there should be an edit attribute. There is. And it's going to launch a new window, which is right here. And I'm going to pick this one here. And I'm just going to change the name to toe. And the nice name to toe. Perfect. Done. Okay. The last thing that we want to do in this episode, and the final thing we want to do with this leg, is to create what's called a pole vector. And a pole vector additionally helps you point the knee. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create an empty null like we did before. So let's go edit, group, and create it. I'm then going to change this, and this is going to be called an adjustment node, ADJ, and we're going to call this PV for pole vector underscore knee underscore left. Okay. This pole vector, we want to actually be located between this hip and, let's say, this controller here. So it's always going to be between those two things. So what we want to do is we want to choose our masters first. So we want to choose this is the master, and this is the master. So it's going to have two masters, and we're going to choose the slave, which again is edit, window, outliner. And we are going to choose the adjustment, this one. So Control Shift it. And I'm going to say constrain, and I'm going to say point. In doing so, it's going to actually, if I just choose this by itself and show you, it's actually currently lies directly between the two. Directly between the two, and that's what we want it to do. It'll always be there. So if I manipulate this foot, for example, well, you won't be able to see it because it's invisible as soon as I click off of it. Okay, so we're going to leave that right there. And the next thing we're going to do is we are going to add to this a control. And I'm going to create a control under create. And I'm going to create a primitive, a circle. And I'll just leave it as a circle for now just because I don't actually want to create anything extra special. So we'll leave it as a circle for now. And I'm going to take this circle, and first of all, I'm going to turn on my snap, and I'm going to drag this up, and I want to be right on that knee. Okay, perfect. And I want to rotate it in the X 90 degrees. 90. Okay, that's good. And now I want to move it out in this direction. It's actually the Z direction. It's not showing it. Out 10, just like that. So it's in line with the knee, but it's out a little ways. And the last thing I'm going to do is take this NURB circle. First of all, I'm going to rename it to Control CNT PV underscore knee underscore left. And I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to take it in here, and I am going to place it under, I'm going to parent it under the adjustment knee, just like this. Okay, great. So now it's going to follow the adjustment now. So if I move this foot around, let me show you. If I move this foot around, that control will follow, just like that. Perfect. Okay, put that back. Now, I'm going to take this thing here, and it's got some values. I want it to be 0, so I'm going to say modify, freeze transformations. Bang. Now, the last thing we're going to do is we're going to associate this control with the pole vector. And to do that, we select our master. We open up our window, which is the outliner, and we're going to find we're looking now for, I want this thing. We're looking now for our IK ankle. We want our IK ankle, which is this one here, the top one. We choose it, we choose this, and we choose the IK ankle, and we say constrain pole vector. Bang. When we do so, this is going to point the knee in the direction we want to go. Let's turn this off, like that. Okay, everyone, that brings us to the end of this episode, and that is exactly how you're going to build a leg. I hope that was helpful, and we're going to move on to the body and the arms tomorrow. If you enjoyed it, please let me know with a thumbs up. Tell me what you liked in the comments. Tell me whether or not you like this new format where I do 3 shorter videos rather than 1 long one. I think this is more easy to manage for you guys. Anyway, again, my name is Brian, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe. Have yourselves a great night.